Tonight, the Arkansas National Guard getting ready to help with recovery from the deadly floods in Texas. Plus, the historic St. Joseph Center in North Little Rock set to be demolished after more than a century of work. And TSA potentially giving the boot to that security step that tripped so many of us up at the airport.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Rolly Hoyt alongside meteorologist Nathan Scott. And Nathan, with the scenes in Texas right now, saw some of them there at the end of the CBS Evening News after the flash floods. Today in northwest Arkansas as well. Rain obviously on the top of many people's minds right now. So what do we need to know and keep an eye out for as we go through the next couple of days?
Rolly, we've had some tropical downpours out there this afternoon. As expected, showers and storms bubbled up with the daytime heating, but now a large majority of central Arkansas is seeing a weakening trend. There's still some rain out there. If you're going to be out and about this evening, be prepared for wet weather, especially Little Rock and down to the south. But you notice here, it's primarily light rain. That's what the green is showing. The yellows, that's where moderate rain is located at this time over to the east. And really the most impressive activity is happening into Clark County, Nevada County. This will continue to build its way into Ouachita County. So this area still has quite a bit of lightning, thunder, and some heavy rain because this part of the state has really not seen much in the form of activity throughout the day. It was a heat index of 107 in Texarkana this afternoon. Still had that flash flood warning in effect for a little bit sliver of Jefferson County into Arkansas County. That does include Stuttgart. So there could be some minor flash flooding issues. Poor drainage areas, low-lying areas, typical flooding issues in this part of the state. Temperatures where it has rained, everybody's cooled down to the 70s and 80s. Even Texarkana has cooled down to 80 degrees. We're not done with the unsettled weather just yet on your Wednesday. I'll have a look at future radar and have more on that potential coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Tonight, members of the Arkansas National Guard on their way to Texas to hopefully help save lives after the floods there. TH11's Carter Thweet is at Camp Robinson. Talk to their commanders. Carter, what can you tell us about the mission?
Well, Rolly, Colonel Sean Keeter tells me that this sort of thing is common. Members of the Guard going to other states to help out. But what's not common is the scope of this particular tragedy, which has already claimed over 100 lives.
We received an Emergency Management Assistance Compact, or an EMAC, from Texas, from the governor of Texas to the governor of Arkansas.
And according to Colonel Keeter, 24 personnel left early Tuesday morning to respond to that request.
Specifically to provide additional support to the search and recovery operations in the vicinity of Hunt, Texas, along the Guadalupe River.
They'll do so using 4 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters, which were chosen for their infrared capabilities, and one of them can do even more than that.
Specifically, the Medevac variant, the same one I was telling you about, has a hoist capability as well. So in the event that they can't get a ground crew to a certain location, they can hoist that out.
Colonel Keeter says the Guard responds to those EMAC requests often, as well as conducting operations here in Arkansas for things like lost hikers. But in this particular instance, with all those who have already been lost, he says the unit is eager to get to Texas and save any lives they can.
That's why we sign up for this specific component to do what we do. Helping and assisting our neighbors, our family members, our friends, other states in these tragic environments like that. It is tragic. Our hearts go out to them. I'm a parent, I'm a father. I can only imagine from that perspective as well. And all of our guys see it the same way.
And as far as how long that group is going to be there, Colonel Keeter tells me that right now they're scheduled to stay through Saturday, but he said that could definitely change, end up being longer, just depending on the need, and that is a call that will ultimately be made by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. In North Little Rock, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. Let's stay over in North Little Rock. We've shown you how extensive the fire damage is at the St. Joseph Center over there since it went up in flames back in March. And now the Catholic Diocese has made its decision to tear down the 116-year-old building. TH11's Brooke Buckner shows us how those at the center are moving forward despite the devastating news.
This place was really special.
Years ago, Cindy Ribel spent a lot of time here, bringing her son to daycare at St. Joseph Center, a place that still holds meaning for her family.
And I always felt like that with the nuns here and the ladies that worked here, there was like this halo, this aura that kept our babies safe. And so, I mean, it was really neat.
And she says she never took the building for granted as she drove by.
When we drive by, I mean, this is like our castle. For us, this is like a sacred place. And it's really sad that it's burned.
Sandy DeCourcy, the executive director, echoes that. But she says she's not letting it get her spirit down.
It's really hard not to just throw up your hands and go, ah, and kind of already did that with the fire. But now with the news of the demolition, we're just looking for a new path forward. And we've got a lot of creative and innovative people, resilient folks that I believe can help make that happen.
Right now, there are still a lot of unknowns, like when the building will be torn down and how long they will lease it from the Diocese of Little Rock.
We'd love to stay here and continue because people have fallen in love with this place. It's hallowed ground. But our board meets this week, and so after that, we hope to have a little bit more of a clear understanding of our path forward.
In the meantime, the farm stand is still open, and they'll continue to use it for their mission of community outreach.
There's folks out there that don't have access to healthy, locally grown foods, and we've made some headway in that area and are continuing our hunger relief garden to provide food, in fact, to a lot of different food pantries in the Arkansas Food Bank.
The building may soon be gone, but the spirit of St. Joseph remains strong, offering hope and help to neighbors in need. In North Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
Brooke, thank you. The center is still accepting donations, and they'll go solely toward the farm now. If you want to donate, we've got a link in the story on thv11.com. Last month, we told you about Levi Hospital in Hot Springs and their plan to transition from a healthcare center to a community health foundation, saying they'll focus on behavioral health and pointing people toward community resources. Well, now, Hot Springs Mayor Pat McCabe, the former CEO at Levi, he's been critically talking about the planned changes in recent board meetings, and that has prompted lawyers with the hospital to send a cease and desist letter to the mayor. They say his comments are, quote, misrepresenting the facts and false statements are being made, close quote, and they've asked him to stop talking about the hospital in public. The hospital will remain in operation until August 1st. A major shift at airport security checkpoints could mean travelers no longer have to kick off their kicks. THV11's Maya Ellison reports from Clinton National as word filtered out about the step in a new security direction.
You might not need to take off your shoes at TSA checkpoints much longer. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed the policy shift Tuesday after online reports surfaced Monday.
TSA will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes when they go through our security checkpoints.
Do you all know, or were you all aware that you can now keep your shoes on when you walk through checkpoint?
No, but that's awesome.
Really? So this is the first time you're hearing about it?
Yes.
So I bought new socks and shoes for no reason.
Yes, we heard that on the news this morning.
I saw that article this morning.
And we saw it for ourselves at Little Rock's Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport. Passengers walked through the security detector, shoes intact.
Okay.
Some passengers still follow protocol, while others continue to keep their shoes on.
Oh, and I can't hide nothing in my shoes. What a bummer, man. I'm good.
We weren't hiding anything in
But
our
yeah,
shoes
we were
before.
surprised.
During a press conference Tuesday afternoon, Noem pointed to plans that will, quote, make screening easier for passengers, improve traveler satisfaction, and reduce wait times.
It's important that we find ways to keep people safe, but also streamline and make the process much more enjoyable for every single person.
This morning, CBS News shares a specific list of airports where the requirement is, quote, expiring. While Little Rock's airport was not listed, a TSA agent shared with me that shoes are now, quote, optional for passengers. Was it like a sigh of relief?
Yes,
Has it?
because I hate taking my shoes off.
In Little Rock, Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
Maya, thank you. And Secretary Noem added in the news conference just in the last 90 minutes that they are evaluating additional future plans like, quote, advanced security systems, including new screening processes and additional exit lanes. Well, one of the Little Rock Zoo's biggest days of the year is coming back. This Saturday, Dollar Days returns with $1 admission for all guests. Admission and parking will cost just $1. Highland Dairy helps make the promotion possible. Crowds are expected. Make sure you're careful driving around Fair Park this weekend and be prepared for the heat.
Yeah, talking about the heat. Get out there early because we're going to heat things up and it's going to be humid. So what you see are the air temperatures. Probably by noon, it'll start to feel like 100 degrees. And it's going to feel over 100 going into the afternoon hours with a small chance of an isolated shower. Got some showers and thunderstorms still on radar right now. I'll have a live look at that coming up next.
Plus, businesses here in the Natural State coming together to lend a hand to flood victims in Texas. After the break, the aid they are sending their way and how you can help. Here's a look at what's on tap tonight on the THV11 Plus app, a trio of episodes in the series Killer Cases. Before we're back with the news at 10, you can download the THV11 Plus app straight to your TV and watch for free. And in case you haven't heard, we here at THV11 have a new look morning show with more local news, weather, and now live traffic updates with Ashley King as she joins the news team from the Vine. Catch her alongside Hayden, Karen, and Tracy weekdays from 5 to 7 on THV11, then extended out to 9 o'clock on THV11 Plus.